Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Maston, and welcome to the DIY Wrestling Podcast for SummerSlam 2017.
Oh, okay. Have fun.
I'm at Caleb's house, and we just got done watching 5.5, 6 hours of SummerSlam. That was bad. That had no business being bad. I don't know if I'm just saying that because I'm riding the takeover high. No, because even before then, I felt like that show had no business being bad. Look, I'm gonna be completely real with you guys right now. I don't want to talk about this, but I'm gonna do it. Whatever I forget, I apologize. I'm sorry, but this show had bad as it was. We started the show off pre-show real quick. Elias Sampson played guitar for no reason. Samson, Elias, whatever the hell. Yeah. Which
Like, for real, though.
dude, like, I don't. What was the point? Like, me and Caleb were saying when we were in the car watching this, like the only thing that they, like, Neville should never lost a championship to begin with if Tozawa was going to win it. Like, what was the point?
Yeah, you should have just kept the fucking title on Neville the whole goddamn time. Like, they're I don't know. Really, I don't think after everything that happened tonight, that's the thing I'm going to be hung up on. I'm going to say that was just a little blip on Neville, the radar of Neville's title.
As far as we're concerned, for 6 days, Neville was still champion.
I think again, it was just a classic example of Vince's impulsivity and just wanting to, you know what I mean? Like,
Swerve people.
Yeah, just doing shit for, which has been confirmed by Kevin Eck or whatever that writer, that he just does shit for the night, you know what I mean? Whoever's going to create a good moment for the night is what he does. So that's what he did. He created a moment for the fans in attendance that night when Tozawa won the title, and that was it. Because there's nobody in that division right now that should be holding that title besides Neville. I guess if there were to be one other person that would be even close to being ready, it would be Tozawa, but he's not ready. And you were saying with Neville holding the title, going anywhere.
Either way, it's not really going anywhere.
So yeah, and I mean, I know with the rumors of Aleister Black getting called up, and I think that is the biggest waste of talent in WWE history. But
dude, I honestly think that's probably what's going to happen, because look at it like this. People know, oh, we've heard, hold on, the internet hear Aleister Black? Yeah. Put the title on Tozawa.
Yeah.
And then Tozawa loses to Neville. It's just like, oh. Alright.
It's just how impulsive Vince is. Like, it was probably like a last minute backstage. So I'm kind of eager to hear Wrestling Observer Radio, because I want to
hear about
I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of the shit that happened tonight was probably like a last minute backstage Vince decision.
Probably.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that originally Nakamura was supposed to win, or originally they were going to put the title on Joe.
You can only laugh at this point, dude.
I know, it's just fucking fun. Like, and I was saying too, like, watching this, like, a big 4 pay-per-view, like, the night after NXT show, it kind of ruins, like, the aura and, like, all the excitement you had and, like, the momentum you had coming off of a takeover. It ruins it because it's like, well, fuck. Like, this is day be on the main roster, and they're gonna be
show.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't watch the weekly NXT show because, like, there's so much to watch during the week. Oh, we lost connection for a second. Okay, Rick.
I know. I don't know. I could honestly forget that Silas on SmackDown.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, back in the, like, you can say, like, in the early days of SmackDown.
The face of SmackDown, yeah.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, man, bro.
Roster, and they're like, yeah, you may have other favorites, but what if that one person was like your number one? It's like all paths lead to the main roster, as you said before in the past.
Yeah.
But point being, like, we didn't even get in the main card of the show. First match, Cena Corbin. One word to describe, like, they just got through it fast. Cena was joking on Corbin, and, like, in the past 2 years that Cena's gotten better, and he hasn't, like, really been old Cena. He hasn't really joked on anybody much, and, like, you knew he didn't give a shit about this match off the jump with that.
God bless you for running through every match on this card, man. But
if I can even remember every match, let's, Cena wins with the AA. One AA is all it took. For once, that just makes Baron Corbin look the shittiest man in the company because it only took one AA to put the man down in the first place. And that was pretty much that. What do you call it? What was next? Oh yeah, by the way, the Usos are the new tag champs for SmackDown. Pretty good match in the pre-show, by the way. Was it another SmackDown match that was next? Caleb?
The what match was next?
Second match was another SmackDown match, or we went to Raw immediately? I think it was another SmackDown one, right?
Wait, after... Yeah, wasn't
Rusev
it... No, wasn't it Naomi Natalya?
Naomi Natalya, word came out that Naomi had a lot of backstage heat as of yesterday. I didn't really pay the article any attention because I thought it was just like, But I figured I was a sports...
It didn't catch wind on any, major wrestling publication.
Exactly. Like, when I see Sports Skeeta post stuff, whenever I catch stuff from them, it usually comes out right. Caleb, on the other hand, over here, anytime he sees stuff, it's just like, no. It's just not right.
Well, I'd say the majority of the time. Yeah. There's been a few rare omissions, but yeah.
And then I see that there's heat. I just whatever. I looked at it JBL has heat. Man can shoot Shane in the head. Shane can be on life support, and he'll have no heat. But I guess my point stands here at I didn't think and plus there was a report earlier this week that said Naomi would keep the championship through the rest of 2017. But Natalya, for the first time in 6 years since the Divas Championship that she won back then, is the SmackDown Women's Champion. Interestingly bad choice of ways to go. Me and Caleb were playing a bit of a drinking game earlier, and had to chug a whole beer for that one.
For which one?
Natalya, Naomi.
Oh yeah, dude, honestly, in this entire crock of shit, I completely forgot about that even too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm being very overly dramatic. I don't.
I think next was not the Rollins. No, Orton Rusev. Caleb, I'm gonna let you do this. Describe Randy Orton and Rusev in 5 seconds.
They don't deserve 5 seconds. That was longer than the actual match was. It was.
Rusev attack. Back in the ring.
I guess predictable if you gave me one word, but yeah. Well, you figured something like this was gonna happen because they had fucking 90 matches on this card, so they had to conserve time somewhere. But I thought it turned out, but somebody's tuned in. Yeah, so it was. It was very, very fucking disappointing, but predictable, but also really unnecessary that they shoehorn this in the card at the last minute just to do that.
Well, it wasn't really last minute. It was 3 weeks before the show. But
still. Actually, yeah, right. Because I feel like every SummerSlam match was kind of just thought up within the last... There's no build to any match, really. There's any match on the card kind of just came about within the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But
5 seconds was this match. If you put it in the grand scope of things when they got in the ring. RKO.
Maybe 10, yeah. Yeah, absolute most.
And that was pretty much about that. Raw, Sasha, Alexa loses the championship after they come out with this weird little preview commercial for No Mercy, this promotional thing for No Mercy, with Alexa just doing this evil cheerleader routine type of thing where it's she was a mechanical, she sounded like a mechanical robot, dude.
Yeah, it was, firstly, I don't know many robots that aren't mechanical, but...
Well, you know what I mean, it was weird.
It was weird. I'd be remiss if I, didn't say I was a little turned on, but a little weird. A little weird / hot at the same time.
Yeah, it was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. But
this is the best time of year for these YouTube shows, Gordon.
Sasha goes on to get the win, her 4th women's championship. Out of the 4 horsewomen, everyone has one, and Sasha and Charlotte are at the top with 4. 7
combined title reigns. They've been on the main roster for 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
Didn't they come up after SummerSlam 2015 or something?
Before SummerSlam 2015.
Oh, right.
Battleground, a couple weeks before Battleground, 2 weeks before Battleground 2017.
Yeah, Sasha has 4 title reigns under her belt.
As well as Charlotte.
I thought she has 3.
No, Charlotte has 4.
Charlotte has 4?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Charlotte has 4. Sasha has 4. Becky has 1. And Bayley has 1.
Is Bailey have 2?
Bailey has 1.
Okay. Yeah.
I can understand what you think she has 2. The Alexa Bailey stuff was just not memorable this year. This is where I struggle to remember. Not the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Wait, well, after what?
After Sasha and Alexa.
Did we get Usos?
That was pre-show.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What? That was another Raw match.
It wasn't Ambrose Rollins. What?
No, was it Ambrose? Wow. Yeah. You're right.
Another drinking game that ensued here, by the way. As many times, like the one thing I'll bring up because it came up the most was if they say any variation of demon or any variation of Demon King.
Yeah, that was the kind of the end to the drinking game because I think
they killed me.
Yeah, Gordon had to tap out after that.
Yeah, they said they think if I really were to guesstimate how many times they said Demon or Demon King, I'm going anywhere between 15 and 20.
I think that's even lowballing it a little.
Probably, maybe.
You could tell Vince was just having an absolute.
Like there was one point where I even said to you, like I caught Michael Cole when he was going to say Finn Balor, he caught himself Demon.
Yeah. And there's a couple times where he said it, and then immediately after he got that sentence out of his mouth.
Like he's like I think Vince is not trying to run across like the Demon is not Finn Balor.
Yeah,
that is not Finn Balor.
Exactly. He wants to distinguish them as like 2 separate entities. Yeah.
It's Mick Foley and Mankind. The Demon will go into the Hall of Fame one day.
Yep. He has to do the whole fucking entrance and pink it up for his Hall of Fame acceptance speech.
Friends, like, this is fucking ridiculous.
The one place where you think you're free from kayfabe, the fucking Hall of Fame ceremony.
Mm-hmm. But Finn was Bray Wyatt once again, not really a solid. Like he's had a couple of good matches in his entire WWE career, but this was your average Bray Wyatt match. It wasn't really that good at all. And Finn honestly deserves better. I feel bad for the guy personally, but it is what it is. He'll probably get better, or they'll do one more Bray match, even though that should have been the end to that feud. But tomorrow is Monday Night Raw, and this is the beginning of where Raw gets really, really shit.
What I'm scared of is I'm really wondering how it can get shittier from here without them like dipping below 1 million viewers. How does it get worse from here?
I don't know.
It's going to too, though.
They're always going to stick somewhere in the low 2s if that's the case. If that's the lowest they'll get. I think this year they'll break a record and go like 1.9, like 1.96 or something like that.
Yeah, well, but I don't even attribute that to like people tuning out. I just attribute that to more people cutting cords and not really watching cable anymore.
I'm about to cut my cord pretty soon.
Yeah,
because I realized I have Time Warner, right?
Yeah.
And like with basic cable, like
Spectrum now.
Oh, it's Spectrum. I'm sorry, I'm still on the Time Warner thing. But what they do now is like how you used to be able to have basic cable if you had one cable box in your house at least, right?
Yeah.
What they do now is like when they come in and install a new box, if you eventually need it or something like that, or you need new internet or something, they're gonna install a new box. And once they do that, they need to cut your splitter that you had from before and get you a new one.
Yeah.
And that basically makes it so you can't have any basic cable ever again in your house. Like you have to have boxes in every single room.
Really? You can't just have wired cable anymore?
No, dude.
Wow. This is a wrestling podcast, by the way.
Like I only say that because
Should we just talk about like Time Warner Cable for this?
No, dude. Because I'm only saying like
for a much more interesting.
Because in the area that I usually do DIY in, like I have it like okay, my setup is like you already know. Like I have the table right there with the laptop in front of me, and then like the TV is like where you'd be. Like I'm just chilled back over here, and the TV's right there.
Right.
And if I don't have my cable,
yeah,
I have to go in the living room and watch.
It's so shitty. That's what I'm saying. They force you to adapt, and it's like if you can't, then
dude, I'll just get
get Verizon Fios.
Like that.
Fios fucking sucks though, for me at least.
I don't, dude. I'll go on a streaming site and watch Raw every week.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Or get Hulu, dude. Hulu's great. It's literally on the next day.
Or I'll just watch it and watch wrestling. Yeah, streaming site, Or,
yeah. Actually, watch wrestling's perfect. I'm saying if you're looking for a legal method. Hulu's great because it cuts out all of the bullshit out of Raw, even though that's about 90% of it. But it cuts a 3-hour show into like an hour and a half long show, which is really great. Yeah,
but I know, but for someone like me who's like really like stuck into this shit, and I feel like I feel like I'm watching something and it's equating to someone doing heroin. I just can't get away from it.
Right.
As I stare into the camera, smiling, saying that. But like, I don't know, dude. But we were tailing off. Point is, like, this match is bad, and Raw only gets worse from here, which is just sad. Back to SmackDown. U.S. Championship match. AJ Styles and fucking Kevin. I said it before to you guys, and I'll say it again. Over the past year, I honestly think Kevin Owens' work in the ring has just went... it's... Something is missing somewhere, and, he just can't put on, quality bangers with people anymore like he used to. I'm not saying every single pay-per-view ad in Kevin Owens had was oh my god, but, you could tell, there was a difference somewhere. I don't know what's happening. I even went back on the network and seen a match between him and AJ Styles from Raw, when they were doing the qualifiers for the Money in the Bank for 2016. And that was really good. And I don't, I guess, it attributes to, garbage finishes that they've been given and not enough time and shit like that. But this was bad. Not bad, but, expectations were kind of high because you figured this would be the one match that they actually really, really tried on. And it fell flat for me. That's just me personally. AJ wins. Styles Clash. A really sloppy Styles Clash. They interfered with Shane a couple times, and intervened with him a little bit. It was just... honestly, the match didn't need Shane. It didn't.
It just seems like a weird inclusion. I was saying, it seems like they wanted to do Shane versus KO at SummerSlam, but with the way that the kind of the botch finish of the Battleground match of Styles and Owens, it seems like they kind of wanted to give the feud a conclusive finish, or at least clear up some of the confusion. So it's I feel like Vince or somebody thought that their hand was forced, and they're like, okay, well we need to do a blow off to Styles versus Owens.
You know what they could have did?
What?
They could have included Sami Zayn in on this, right?
Yeah, they really.
Here's what they could have did. They could, instead of bringing Jericho back, they could have had. No, they could have still did the same thing with Jericho, and then had a rematch on TV like they did, and have it end conclusively, and then have Sami win a number one contendership
for AJ. Yep.
Yeah, and then Kevin get involved again and just start beating on Sami, saying he doesn't deserve it.
Yep,
He's not winning my title.
Anytime Sami Zayn's involved in the feud, Kevin Owens instantly has into that feud.
Exactly.
Right? That should be the case for either of them, right? But yeah, I because Sami was in that fucking 3-week feud with Mike Kanellis, it ruined shit. They couldn't have him get involved.
Yeah, and they could have made this a triple threat, and then they would have needed Shane because Owens' animosity would be towards Zayn and AJ. I think Owens, if you were to cut a perfect Kevin Owens promo to describe it, it's AJ, you hold my title, you honestly don't deserve it, and Sami, I just don't freaking like you. You don't even need to be here.
Yeah. What's so sad is there was a SummerSlam card that you could conjure up that looked like back in July, if you made a SummerSlam card, it would have seemed oh, okay, yeah, that's 100% right. I think that's what the SummerSlam card's gonna look like. And the actual card looked absolutely nothing like that. Yeah, you didn't get Styles Shane, or my bad, Owen Shane. You didn't get Styles Zayn. You didn't get Nakamura Cena. You didn't get
It should have been Nakamura Cena WWE title.
Yep.
I honestly wouldn't mind on SmackDown if they would have did Jinder Cena and Jinder would have just lost.
Cena dropped the title. Yeah, Cena breaks the record. There you go on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get Jinder, and then you have
Nakamura Cena. Yeah, and Cena's transitional, but then again gets a 17th championship. Yep. It works out for everyone.
Yeah, and then you could have even had the Fatal 4 Raw or Universal title match. I wouldn't have had that any other way, so that was good. But I mean, yeah. Other than that, I guess the card's fine, really. But
yeah. Then we got Nakamura, fucking Shinsuke Nakamura, and
dude, I don't even fucking review that one. It's just literally, and Jinder's finisher is literally just the Singh brothers interfering. I don't give a shit. I feel like that piece of shit finisher he has, what's it called, the Colossus?
Yeah.
I feel like that move changes every time he does it. I don't think it's
I'm gonna grab you from the neck and I'm come down with you I bring my shoulder back like this.
Just, as long as it looks relatively like the first thing he did, he's alright, whatever, let's get it
done. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but Randy just landed.
Yeah, it was bogus, but yeah, but that's how it happened. Gordon, we were saying, so he's walking out with, I'm not...
Shinsuke?
Yeah, no, Jinder. I'm talking about, why he might have retained the title. I'm not too privy to UFC, so I you know...
Oh,
I know what I'm talking about, but UFC 215, there's an Indian fighter that Jinder was going to accompany to the ring, or is going to. And also WWE
is going on a tour of India next month.
Yep. So I think they want to keep Jinder as champion, and they definitely want that WWE Championship on UFC TV. They'll probably make Jinder wear it while he's there.
But I'm going to give you a little stat real quick. Like, remember, you know Hideki Matsui, right? Played for the Yankees?
Yes.
Hideki Matsui, when he played for the Yankees, got so many Japanese fans to, like, tune in to watch him on a daily basis, right?
Right.
And, it made the Yankees, like, you know, their revenue go even higher because of the Japanese fan base that just wanted his jersey so bad. Now, I understand the Indian market and Vince, but Nakamura was just an absolute phenomenon in Japan. Like, I understand you have a couple events in India coming up here, but I honestly don't know if Nakamura is worth more money in that sense with the Japanese fans, but this was just really stupid. This was Nakamura's moment. This was Nakamura that you gave him the whole big entrance and everything with the violinist, and they just dropped the ball. And the sad part is it only took one finish too. Like you said, that's what it made Nakamura look shitty. Like when I said for Great Balls of Fire when Joe got beat by one F5, made him look like a glass cannon instead of a tank. Like this just made Shinsuke Nakamura look weak, like really fucking weak, like as bad as Corbin looked weak earlier. Like this is a jobber who's had the best WWE title reign of 2017.
This is a dude that kicked out of 2 AAs on SmackDown and then literally got knocked out cold just from this like shitty cravat fucking.
I'm gonna put this in perspective to you. Name all the WWE champions in 2017 before Jinder.
Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles, John Cena.
And none of them defended the title once.
At Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Royal Rumble. And lost to Cena.
He had a bunch of successful title defenses before that.
I'm saying, though, in 2017.
Yeah. Well, like you said, there's rumors that Vince wants to prove or wants to make fans think that Jinder is not a joke anymore. And that's why immediately after he pinned Shinsuke, they
jumped at
quickly shift the narrative and they said, "Oh, Jinder just pinned one of the greatest Japanese stars of all time.
He's technically beaten John Cena now."
Yeah, he's beaten the Japanese John Cena. Yeah, like okay, but he hasn't done shit in your company really yet. So
other than one NXT championship, which Vince doesn't even acknowledge.
I'm not even entirely sure NXT is like canon on the main roster. Like, but yeah, it was pretty sad, man.
And the sad part is like the match was so short, it just felt like Nakamura jobbed.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes from here.
I mean, he basically did job because it's again like I was saying to Gordon, and I'm really scared of this. I think Jinder might break CM Punk's title reign record. With the amount of superstar shakeups, it seems like they're gonna do though. Like, which seems like the way things have looked, maybe like every 4 months. I don't know if it's possible for somebody to hold the championship belt for over 400 days, but I really think Vince is hell bent on making making gender neutrality a thing in WWE. No, but I think he's hell bent on making Jinder look like a threat because Vince like gets off on that type of shit. Like he just loves like spiting the fans, kind of, right? And he wants to be like, you guys thought Jinder was a jobber. The longest writing. Like they're gonna make him the longest man. I stopped because that. Really
By the way, speaking of like references to that, they mentioned earlier in the Corbin Cena match that Cena now joins. Well, Corbin now joins Cena as like one of the only guys to cash in Money in the Bank and fail, and Cena gave a week's notice. I wonder who he gave that week's notice to. And then JBL just stopped there because JBL knows he has heat backstage now.
Yeah, he was obviously referring to Chris Benoit, and it was just like...
Nah, bro. Steven Richards. We can't say Chris you-know who. Okay?
Masters, I know. I can't believe he burned his bridges, man.
Oh, yeah.
Master Lock Challenge was the best thing that ever happened in wrestling.
Yeah, but that was the giant shit stain on the entire show. Alright. With that being said, main event, I'm going to get through this quick. It started out really fun, and then it slowed down. That's the one thing, when you start out, like, really, really fast, in most matches, it's hard to, like, get back to that elevated high you started on. Like, if you build and then just make it more intense as you go, like, multi-man matches, I'll give you the perfect example. Cena, Rollins, and Brock. That started out, like, kind of slow, and then, like, it paced itself. Like, first gear, second gear, third gear, and then they hit the turbo. Because that's the perfect example of a multi-man match for me. It's not a fatal 4-way, but like it didn't just like start out of the gate, just everybody just throwing each other around and grabbing stairs, like whacking the shit out of each other. Like it came to the point where like Roman whacked Braun with some stairs in this match, like in the back of his head, to the point where like he busted him open around the ear, I guess, and Braun was just like, was he like full-fledged bleeding, or was it just like a cut?
It was just a little cut. He did a good job of selling it though. He seemed like he was like really out of it, or concussed kind of.
Yeah, and after everybody had just been like thrown through tables and shit, and Roman had speared Brock through the barricade or whatever, like everything from here on out was just like get in the ring, finisher, get in the ring for like. I don't think anybody's gonna look at it back like this, but it's like everybody like they just tried hitting signatures and finishers. Like nothing was really done from there. That just made like like they didn't really try and do anything else. Like they knew everyone was like severely damaged, and everybody just tried hitting like Reigns, Superman punch and spear. That's all he did. Joe just tried to go for the coquina clutch. Brock just went for suplexes and the suplexes kind of, and then he just went for a couple F5s. Those got stopped, and Braun just power slammed everybody and still didn't win. But Brock went on to get the W, and it was, yeah, this was a really shitty show. Like I said, had no business being bad. And now it's pretty much SummerSlam.
Yep. I mean, I'm not gonna say it had no business being bad because.
Dude, if you look at this card, oh wait, I forgot about something. Rollins and Ambrose.
Forgot about Enzo, Cass, and Big Show. Jesus Christ, man, there's just so much.
Enzo and Cass and Big Show.
I forgot that match.
For his backstage behavior, but they kind of let him off easy, and they didn't hang the shark case that high, because those of you who didn't know, Enzo Amore has a fear of heights. Yeah, and it did so it could drop down eventually, but he just got whacked around by Cass, and Cass beat Big Show with by the way, Cass had another new theme song. Don't really care. Rollins and Ambrose are your new tag champs. It wasn't like an exciting, amazing match, but like Rollins and Ambrose are tag champs, so I think that's all that really matters at this point. And we get to further their story of getting back together and building trust, and I guess we're just waiting for Roman. In all honesty. Now, I wonder, if Roman wins the championship at Mania, the Universal Championship at Mania, are they going to have the balls to put Rollins and Ambrose in the ring with them and see if he gets cheered?
I think that's what they're banking on. I think Roman ate the pin tonight to build to Lesnar versus Roman at Mania.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think you can hold off. I think that you were gonna have a reunion at Survivor Series, but I think they're banking on Roman winning the title, and then you have like a full-fledged Shield reunion where all three of them are holding the title. But I mean, I don't see him winning the title until Mania though, so I don't know if that happens. But I think you're right. I think they will use the Shield to ultimately get Roman over as a babyface. Like maybe Ambrose on the side or something at Mania. I don't know.
All right. Well,
I do think the Shield will be used as a means to eventually get Roman over as a babyface, and it's not going to work. But
I agree with you.
They think it will.
But you know what? I think we can both agree. Thumbs down, right?
Oh, no, man. I loved it. Yeah, big thumbs down.
All right. Let me do my shit real quick. For those who did enjoy this, remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of that WWE, if you want to call it goodness, go ahead, on this channel. And I've been Gordon. That's the big dog, Caleb. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to hot tub. So is Caleb. Thank you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. See you.